Y'all, welcome on in. My name is Alex with the Creative Llama. If you are here and you see the red live box above my head, that means I'm live, but if you don't see it, you are just catching the replay. So if you're catching the replay, just put replay in the comments. We are doing a fun little scarecrow hanger, and this guy comes in all different sizes. And it is 25% off today. So let me get my live pulled up. We'll talk about all the things. But when y'all pop on, say, hey, I see my live. Hopefully technology doesn't, give me an issue today. Fingers crossed. But y'all, this scarecrow is a little cutie patootie. And I'm going to show y'all how to put together our signpost. I don't know where mine is, but I have a signpost for y'all that I'm going to show y'all how to put together. Because I have a lot of people who have purchased and like, there's no directions. There are directions on the website. But I'm going to show you during this video, okay? So, let me pull up my comments, all of that good stuff. Hello, hi Tracy, good morning Patricia. So, comment the word scarecrow. That's going to be our keyword for today. If you're new around here, I give you a keyword. You just comment that keyword and it gives you like the supply list, the link to the cutout, the chalk stuff that I'm going to use, all of that good stuff, okay? So, check out this cutie little door hanger. So this one comes from 8 inches all the way up to 18 inches, okay? And they're on sale for 25% off any size that you grab, plus the signpost is going to be on sale. But this one is the 12-inch one. Okay, good morning. Hi, guys. All right, click out of that. Hey, babe. All right, so very first thing we're going to do is get our handy-dandy bucket, and we're going to put all of our pieces in the bucket so we don't lose them. Okay, if you're new around here, I tend to lose pieces quite a bit. So I started using my bucket to help me not lose them, and it's worked very well lately. So we're gonna wipe down the wood. So if you get MDF or cutouts from me, or if you purchase cutouts from somebody else and they look like they're burned or yellowed, they're not. It's just more than likely the wood or the glue on the wood that is causing it to look burned. So you just want to take a wet wipe and just wipe all that down so it doesn't yellow or discolor your paint. Oh, I forgot to fix that. It needs to be connected to the internet. My internet's been not working very well lately. All right. We're going to go in with burlap. We're just going to paint the edges of our scarecrow. I was going to say snowman. It's a scarecrow. It's a scarecrow. Good morning, Donna Glaze. Hi, Melinda. My computer's showing me I'm lagging again, but I believe it's just my computer. I know, I feel like I ask y'all this. I'm probably going to ask y'all every day now. Am I laggy for y'all? All right, so we're just going to paint that outside edge. I'm not concerned about the middle. We don't need to paint that. This is just, and you can leave it raw. You can leave the wood raw if that's the look you prefer. But I want this. Hi, good morning. It always makes me happy to see your face, Miss Rebecca. I hope you're doing well. I need to check in with you. See how things are going. I've been meaning to message you all week, but life has just been a little crazy. Is it laggy for y'all? I can't tell. I don't know if it's just my computer again, or if it's my internet. All right, so we're going in around the edges with burlap. I know it doesn't look like it's doing much. It's not, but it is going to give us more of just a neutral color, if you will. All right, I'm over here playing with my computer. No lag here. Thank you, Ellen. Not for you. Okay, awesome. Thanks, y'all. I get so concerned, but the computer that I have over here is extremely old. And my internet's been not my friend lately. So, all right, let's try this. Good morning, Cheryl. How are you? Hi, Lisa. Let's see who's commented this morning. Good morning, Ellen. Hi, Brenda. Unwind and create. Remind me of your name. I feel like I've seen your page before. Good morning, Linda. Okay, so we did the edges in burlap. And it doesn't really matter what the middle looks like because we're going to glue pieces on top, okay? So don't be concerned about that. It doesn't have to be perfect. What I am going to do is I'm going to pick up all this extra paint that's on my tray. Y'all, my best friend brought these over for me, and I'm kind of loving them. Dory. Well, welcome, Dory. Welcome on in. All right, so we're going to paint the hat, okay? And I'm thinking, this is where I need y'all's help because I can't decide on what blue. So what I'm thinking of doing, right, the hat's going to be like this. We're going to do a blue, some sort of blue hat. I'm going to add a pattern to the hat. Probably the same pattern that we used on this scarecrow, the pumpkin scarecrow. Remember, if you were here, you know about the hand. So I'm trying to decide what blue. Do we go the dark blue or the bright blue? What do y'all think? Price. Lynn, it depends on the size that you get. It depends on the size. You can comment the word scarecrow and you can go check out the price on the website. Because they are also 25% off. Hi, Lisa. How are you? You're welcome, Dory. Hi, Darlene. So, what color blue should we do? I'm going to put that to the side, and we're going to paint the little face while we're figuring that out. The dark blue. The dark blue, you think? Dark, dark. All right, this is the color Natural Buff. We're just going to go over his little face. And he has hair, so we don't have to worry about the hair. We just need to get the face. Good morning. Hi, Marcella. Well, if y'all are new here, hello. My name is Alex. I am the creative llama, if you will. I live in Texas. I like to craft like a bunch of wood cutouts. I use chocolate stencils. That's kind of the type of crafting that I really enjoy. And I used to be a teacher. A little fun fact, I taught for 11 years. Dark blue, dark blue. I figured y'all were gonna go dark blue. Dory, I don't know if my page can send another page a message, but if you want the link to the cutout, right, if you go down in the pinned comment at the very bottom, you'll open up the pinned comment, and there's a couple links in there for you. The last link is going to be the link to the live cutouts that I'm using. Now, when you click on that link, there's going to be some cutouts that I used last night. But we're going to use the scarecrow and the signpost today. This one is the 12-inch. This one is the 12-inch. Okay, we're going to do dark blue for the hat, which I kind of figured y'all would. It's our Williamsburg blue, which we love that color. But I'm going to do one more coat of our Natural Buff to get it nice and bright. Now, I personally prefer to paint with makeup sponges. That's just my personal preference. But you paint with whatever tool you want to paint with. All right. We'll set that to the side, let that dry. We're going to pull this out and we're going to paint with our dark blue. Good morning, Dolores. How are you? Okay. I'm going to cut off. No, I'm going to save that for a smaller one. Let me grab. I need more makeup sponges. The Barn Star from Southeast Texas. I'm in Texas too. Whereabouts are you? If you're not comfortable saying that, then that's okay. All right, so we're going to go in with Williamsburg blue. It's going to be like this dark blue. It's a really, really pretty blue. We've used it before, and we really, really like this color. Hi, Diane. So we're going to go over this. Now, we're not going to worry about the bird because we have another bird part to sit on top of it. You don't have to paint it if you don't want to, or you can paint it if you want to. It's all just a personal preference. There's no right or wrong, but just know that we're going to get it covered up anyways with another cutout. Okay. And the same with the brim of the hat. We don't necessarily have to paint that because that's going to go right on top as well. And we are going to add a pattern to our scarecrow. I'm trying to decide which pattern. But when we get kind of to the end, we will, when we get to that point, I'll give you your options. All right. We got that side painted. I'm running out of room around here. So where is everybody watching from? Let me know where y'all are watching from down in the comments. And maybe I'll do some happy mail or something. I hope everybody's having a fantastic Thursday. It is going to be a hot one today. It's so stinking hot here in Texas, y'all. Especially South Texas. I mean, everywhere it's hot, right? All right, I got way too much paint. There we go. Cypress. Oh, I know where that's at. I sure do. Florida, Chicago. Good morning, Angie. Michigan. Colorado. Diane Collins, will you do me a favor? Will you send me a message saying, hey, I won? You have won some happy mail for me. Just send me a message saying, hey, I won, and then I will respond back with a link for you to, like a form for you to fill out, just so that I don't lose your information. Michelle Pryor, get out of here. I'm so jealous. What is, I can't see. Usually it's on my computer. I think it's like it's probably like already 90 here. South Louisiana. Miss Lisa feels my pain, but she feels it more with all that humidity, I'm sure. Temple, Texas. You're not very far from me, Wendy. Las Vegas. Oh, Miss Ashley. It's hot there too. I love it. I have that exact heat gun. I get asked about it all the time. Is it Milwaukee? Oh, Lord, who knows? No, it's a Bunro. I bought this years ago. I love it. What did I do that for? Where am I missed a spot. Arizona. Oh goodness. Sacramento, hot but no. Yeah. See, like it's humid down here in South Texas too. It's like not fun. Now like Arizona, Las Vegas, it's really hot there in heat, but you know, that doesn't make it any better either. Hi, Holly. Oh, it's still the morning. That's true. That's true. Uh-oh. Oh my gosh. Can y'all see me? Okay. Oh no, Lisa. I probably need to do that with Tucker, to be honest with you. Because it's bad. I agree. I think the dry heat is better, but it's still really hot in the dry heat. Okay. Pattern time. Okay. So we did this plaid pattern on here, and I'll show you how to get that with this. So we can do our plaid pattern on our scarecrow again. Okay. We can do our modern plaid, which I think this would be really busy. Or we can do our club transfer with the bows. Which one do y'all think? It's humid in Georgia. It's been in the 80s and we had 2 weeks of fall weather. Oh, I know, I bet. So which one should we do? Bows, modern plaid, or the mini plaid? Let me know. And while we're deciding that, I'm going to keep on painting. Move that there. The first one, that's kind of what I'm thinking. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards because I really like that one. And I just think it's not going to be too busy. Option 1, yeah. I really like the modern plaid, like the big thick plaid, but I think it's going to be like too much for this guy. The mini, okay. Ooh, you got this one? It's on sale too, which is crazy. I think you can get the big 8. So this one comes in a big 18 by 18 sheet. And I always preach, grab an extra one if you can and cut it up into different sizes so it's a little bit more manageable. It comes in like this size sheet. And I always tell y'all, if you can buy an extra, cut it down. It makes it so much easier for smaller projects. All right, since we decided on the mini plaid, let's jump over there. Let's do this real quick. I don't know if I'm going to do it on the brim of the hat. I think I should just do it on the top part of the hat, right? I don't know. I can't decide. All right, wax. I had my wax yesterday. What did I do with it? Where's my wax, Alex Dawson? I'm a mess. Okay, we're just gonna have to fuzz really well. Oh, literally in my cart. Literally in the drawer. I just didn't see it. Okay, my wax, I've had this for over 2 years. It's dried out, but I'm just gonna soften it with a little bit of heat. And we're going to wax our surface because we're about to put something sticky on top, okay? And we don't want the stickiness of the transfer to pull up that beautiful blue paint that we just put down. Just the top part. Let the brim, okay. We're on the same wavelength today, y'all. We're on the we're on the same wavelength today. All right, let me grab my fuzz cloth. So we waxed it. Now we're going to take our transfer. Remember, this one is cut down, and this big 18 by 18 transfer is on sale. So if you comment the word scarecrow, okay, you'll get a message from my page. There'll be a bunch of information in there. Don't be afraid to click around, see what's all in there. But go to the chalk supplies link. It'll say like, grab your chalk supplies here. If you click on that link, it'll take you to a cart that has some of the stuff that I'm using, and you can check out the price there. Do it at an angle, okay. We could do it at an angle. I'm not opposed to that, but what I'm doing now is I'm fuzzing. So I'm adding a little bit of lint to make it a little less sticky. You're probably like, well, isn't that the whole point of the transfer is to be sticky? Yes. But if it's too sticky, what can end up happening is it can stick really well to your surface, and when you go to pull it up, you might have to fight to pull it off, and it can curl your transfer or stretch your transfer, and plus it can also lift the paint. So that's why I always recommend to wax and to fuzz. That way you, you just have that added protection. All right, so we're gonna take Miss Holly's advice, and we're gonna do it at an angle, okay? So you're probably like, well, that's not a plaid. I'm going to show you how you can make a plaid with this. It's really, really easy, okay? We're going to use vanilla paste. Hi! Yay! I'm so excited you got them. I apologize that it was a little bit delayed, my friend. Life has just been lifing. But I appreciate your patience so much. I'm working hard on getting caught up. I'm probably going to have to get a second laser, if I'm being honest. I haven't wanted to do it, but that's kind of the avenue that I'm looking at right now, is getting another laser. So I'll have 2, that way I can get your orders out to you faster. Some things have to happen before then, but I think I've come to that realization that I've been fighting for too long, that I need another laser. Leah, they're with the chalk stuff. I didn't link it. It's a great thing. It absolutely is. I'm just not financially ready for it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like, okay, I've got a good momentum. Well, then Boone had surgery. Okay, got my momentum going again. Then Boone went back to the vet. So we're working on different things. Hi, Lydia. We're working on different things to kind of help with all of that. It's just, life is life. But I've been fighting it for a long time, saying I didn't want to do it. I don't need it. I need it. Okay, so there was a little bit of bleeding on my transfer. Usually that happens because the transfer wasn't completely flat. I'm not going to worry about it because we're just going to create the plaid on here, and it's a scarecrow. It doesn't have to be perfect, right? So we have it like this. I'm going to go at this angle, but yeah, that's kind of what Thomas has been on my behind about it, trying to convince me. And one of my dear friends who also does what I do, she messaged me yesterday and she's just like, girl, you need to do it. Like, she's like, I see you and I need you to keep on going and you need to get a second laser. So that's kind of where I'm headed. I'm hoping by the end of September I can have it ordered, if not sooner. It's a great thing. It's a scary thing. I would just like for myself to be in a better place. Like I wanted to pay off a bunch of stuff and, you know, I wanted to be an adult. I guess this is also part of being an adult, right? I don't know. All right. Yeah, life is lifing. Life has lifed this past month. I mean, a lot of y'all, I'm going to tell y'all, the last 30 days on Boone, my Australian Shepherd, I've spent almost $4,000 on that dang dog. Because he ate some socks, and there's our plaid. He ate some socks, and then he decided he was going to go on a water strike and not drink water, and then he got severely dehydrated. So, you know, that's what I was telling my dad the other day. I was like, I feel like I was in a good spot, and then Boone. Then Boone happened. It is overrated. Can I go back to being like, I don't want to be a teenager, but I want to be like a young adult. Like young and dumb. Like, you know, who cares? Just living my life. You know. But life has been lifing. Oh, yep. Yep. Vet bills are the worst. Well, and that was the funny thing is like, so when we went to the vet last time for his dehydration, the vet, you know, they were really good about keeping me updated on the cost, which I actually really did appreciate. But they would always ask like, it's going to now be like $1,200. Are you okay with that? It's like, well, what am I supposed to say? No, like, no, I'm really not okay with paying that. But, you know, I committed to having this dog and, you know. Oh my gosh, Dory. Girl. I'm like, why did I get this dog? I mean, I love him to death, don't get me wrong. It's like, you know, and he had foreign body surgery like almost 2 years ago because he ate some undies. And now this last time he ate 4 socks. He got 3 out by doing that. And then the last one got stuck. So, you know, I don't think he's ever going to learn. I probably should look into that, Brenda. But everything I've heard is like with pet insurance, then it doesn't cover like stuff like that, like emergencies. That's what I've heard. Have I actually educated myself on it? Absolutely not. So, you know, I'm just talking out my behind about it. All right, where's my backer sheet? We're going to put this back on. Okay. And it's nice and clean and ready to go for us to use again. And here is our cute little hat. Y'all are not selling. We're not. They're so awesome, Kim, but they are dang expensive. Yeah. Eats paper dry. Oh my gosh, Sonia. That's insane. You know, these dang animals. Okay, do we like it with like that? Maybe. Yeah. They probably won't cover it now that he has a history of eating things. That would be my luck. Okay. Let's go and do the scarf. So we're going to paint this in red. Now, y'all, I don't know how to pronounce this. Alizarin red. I think that's the name of it. We've used this color a lot for some summer and fall projects. All right, let's cut off the end of one of these. Hi, Dawn. So yeah, that's how you get the plaid with that. So we've used that transfer quite a bit, and I really do like the plaid. I do recommend that transfer, especially since it's so cheap right now. Usually those big transfers are like 36, 35, and I think that one's like 10 bucks. Dawn, I have one. I definitely have one. You know, I thought we were doing pretty good about it, and then, you know, it happens. I figured, Dawn, it's never gonna stop. We spent $2,500 on our cat. He was bit by a brown. Oh my gosh, he didn't make it, and then we said, oh no, that's terrible. The only thing it doesn't cover is the meds we take home. Oh, okay. Long-haired German Shepherd. His name is Bear. Got cataracts. Oh. Oh. Poor Bear. Hi, Barbara. Barbara, we're talking about our pet woes and how much it costs to have pets. I have a 19-year-old, 19, Ann? Her senior checkup is $815. Oh my gosh. Hi, Pat. Hi, Diane. Diane, I saw your message. I will send you your invoice. Please let Maria know. I have not forgotten to update hers. I got her email. It's just been. Sorry, y'all. That time I was getting a phone call, and I have it on Do Not Disturb. Yep, yeah. You know, I've seen Boone. He'll eat. I've seen that dog. I haven't seen him eat it, but I've seen him. How do I say this? I've seen him pass a kitchen towel. No joke. So, you know, I know this is just something he does, but it's just like, come on, dude. You're really smart, but also really not smart at the same time. Thanks, Diane. Dawn, I have a long-haired German Shepherd named. Oh, no. Oh, and she is spoiled. Yeah. Boone was loving, like, post-surgery, post-being sick care because he got, you know, his rotisserie chicken or his boiled chicken hand-fed to him. Thank you, Anne. I appreciate it. We craft and chat around here. We laugh at me. We don't take ourselves seriously around here. We have fun. All right. Now we got the hair. You know what? Let's kind of pause. Let's start gluing some of this. Then that way, it's less to do at the end. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to distress the edges, okay, with some black Distress Oxide. Can you spell the color red? Yes. Where did it go? Here, let me hold it up and you can take a screenshot of it. Cover up my face. I know. That's not working, is it? Okay, it's A-L-I. It's not working. A-L-I-Z-A-R-I-N. A-L-I-Z-A-R-I-N. Thank you. I know, this blue, we love. We love this blue. We fell in love with it when we did our Highland Cow porch leaner, when we put it on the patch of the fall hat. That leaner is interchangeable too. This is going to be so adorable. It's Williamsburg Blue. You're welcome, Linda. It's Williamsburg Blue. Now, the example picture had it in like a much brighter blue, but I'm kind of glad we went, I'm glad we toned it down just a little. I added a little too much black. Just kind of lightening it up a little bit. There we go. All right. I'm going to use some stick fast. I don't recommend hot glue if you're going to put a door hanger outside, which more than likely you will. Just so you know, because if you use hot glue only, the heat, if it gets hot where you live, the heat will heat up the hot glue and all your pieces will fall off. You're welcome. A-L-I-Z. Z, not C. Z. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. And this cutout, like I told y'all, is 25% off. You pick the size. It goes from 8 inches all the way to 18. And then if we have time at the end, I will put together our signposts that this will hang on. Okay, we got that. I don't think I'm going to add anything. I'm going to add cheeks to the face, but not yet. There we go. All right. Ooh, okay. There we go. So if you live in the cold, it'll crack it. So don't use hot glue only. Sometimes I will use hot glue to help, like, I'll use like a combination, right? Hold on. There we go. Nope. Hold on. There. I'll use a combination of, like, I'll use hot glue and my stick fast, or hot glue and Eileen's glue. If I want it to kind of hold it together quickly, but then obviously over time, the hot glue won't hold, but my stick fast will be there. Thank you, Elizabeth. All right. So here's what we have. We are going to add some cheeks to him or her, but I'll do that here in a little bit. Actually, we can also do this guy down here. Let's go ahead and do this. Uh-oh. Y'all know if I drop a piece, that's never good. Because there's no telling, because it fell down into the abyss. Hi, Crystal. How are you? All right. Get this with our black. Now, you don't have to distress. I talk about it all the time. I think distressing does help finish the project. I think it makes it look more complete. And I will tell you, distressing and adding all the accents and everything does take a little bit of practice. And sometimes I overdo it. You know, we're not all perfect. But it does kind of bring the project together. It makes it look more finished. So I do challenge you, if you don't do distressing, you try it. Eileen's glue, I've used it for years. She used to have a craft show. Oh, I didn't know that. That's kind of cool. All right. Get that down on there. I kind of freaked out because I realized on the face that I didn't paint everything, but it's because we got hair to glue on top. All right. So there's what we have so far. Okay. I'm going to set this, I need it to be flat right here. No, not flat, because that's going to move around. There we go. All right. Let's do the hair. I'm going to throw that away. We're going to do the hair in marigold. Okay. Books. Oh, I didn't know that. You learn something new every day. All right, this is the color Marigold. I highly recommend this color for fall. We use this color a ton. But we are going to get this totally covered. Hi, Leona. It's probably the internet. That's probably what it is. Something's been going on with my internet. I probably just need to reset both of them. Hi, Mary. Now, like I've been telling y'all, this guy's 25% off, but every Thursday, I have a Thrifty Thursday sale over in my VIP group, okay? That's where I sell chalk stuff, you know, discounted chalk stuff. I'll sell like my overcuts, which means like if I cut too much of one cutout or I had extra, I'll sell those at a discount over there. And so sometimes I'll let y'all add on. The whole point of that sale is to be ready to ship. But I let y'all add on certain things. So like I'll let y'all add on this cutout in tonight's sale. So if you want to wait, to order it, you can order it tonight in the VIP group, okay? Where am I located? I'm in San Antonio. Question, is the Perks Pass, it's $10. Correct, Leah. So you'll get, when you sign up for Perks this month, it's $10. But you'll get $20 credit. So you get a $20 credit to use towards your first order within 30 days. Then the following months after that, it'll be $20 and you'll still get your $20 credit to use. Does that make sense? And then plus, as a Perks member of mine, I give my Perks members 20% off of live sale orders on this page. It does not apply to chalk product that I sell on this page. So any bundles that you see on live sales or chalk stuff, and it doesn't apply to Thrifty Thursday because those are already going to be discounted. I don't know, Dawn. I think there's so I went to Michael's yesterday, and it was, I want to say it probably was cheaper over there, but they didn't have the colors I wanted or needed, and I tend to smart shopper when I order online than in store, because in store I'm like, oh, just add it to the cart, just add it to the cart, just add it to the cart, not knowing my running total at the end. So I just usually purchase online. Back in the day, pre-internet. It is awesome. It's a great time to sign up for being a Perks member. So Perks member is for all of the chalk stuff, the stencils, the chalk paste, all of that. You get 30% off of everything regarding the chalk. So it is great. It's 98 cents at Hobby Lobby. Well, there you go. So it is more expensive on the DecoArt website, which I figured. But y'all, if I go to Hobby Lobby, I'm definitely spending way too much money. Way too much. Now, Hobby Lobby, Hobby Lobby I think has a better selection of the paint than Michael's. All right, we're going to distress this with some brown. So we're going to use walnut stain. There you go. I just know if I go to Hobby Lobby, it's over. And I'm going to spend way too much. I'll spend more than the $50 that I would spend on the DecoArt website. You signed up for what? To be a Perks member? Oh, did you really? Ooh, girl, that makes me so happy. All right. What'd you sign up for? I'm hoping that show was on TV before the internet exists. We were okay. Hi, Sue. I think I'm going to add the cheeks now. That way I don't have to play around the hair. Oh my gosh, y'all. This is turning out adorably. Okay, so I honestly just grabbed blush from my personal stash. Go use some of your blush or go to Dollar Tree and just buy some cheap old blush. We're going to add some big old cheeks to this guy. Big old cheeks. Exactly, Michelle. If I like laser focus, I'm going in for one thing. I know exactly. I can I can do that. But if I go in just like, I was going to run into Hobby Lobby and see what they have, it's game over. But, I mean, I lied. I mean, if I go in for one thing, then I'm like, oh, let me throw that in there. Oh, wait, I forgot I needed this. Yes, it will. Yes, Anne, it sure will. It also will be on my YouTube eventually. I might have gone a little too heavy with the blush, but your girl likes a lot of blush. All right, let's glue the hair. Boop, 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 boop. Ah! Okay. Boom. This is so adorable. I'm using just the cosmetic blush that I had in my cart, or in my own cart, or in my own collection, but I highly recommend just going to the Dollar Tree and purchasing some cheap blush. That I pulled out of my stash on a whim, and I just have used it ever since. Yay! Woohoo! I'm so excited. Thank you so much. All right. Put my paints back. Trying to keep myself organized. I'm not perfect, y'all. Okay. Now, we got the rest of our buckets. We got our flower. We've got the bird. We got the nose. Usually I paint everything the color that it's going to be. Like, I paint all my red stuff. Well, I didn't do that this time. I was too busy just yapping. My name is Alex. A-L-E-X. Sometimes people think I say Alice. It's Alex. All right. We're going to go in with our black. Now, I don't like that black. Ew. Let me shake this up a little bit. Black usually doesn't cover like that, but I am using Craft Smart, which isn't my favorite brand. There we go. I definitely am not a fan of their black, but I couldn't find my big black paint bottle. We used it when we made this guy. So this is our cutout of the week. I do a cutout of the week every Monday, and it's only available during that week. And it's usually $10 shipped. For whatever need no more. Leona, girl, you've got some self-control, my friend. Oh, awesome. Do we buy your stencils from your site? Yes, Kimberly, yes. So that's going to be the way you're going to save your 30% with all of the stencils. You'll want to go directly through the site because it'll automatically apply your 30% discount on there. Does that make sense? So definitely go through the site. I agree with you, Michelle. My daughter tells me, Mom, I'm going in for my list items. I can't do it. I'm my mother in that sense. All right, let's dry this. We're going to do a yellow beak. Okay. I'm just going to use my paint pen for this. I don't know if we're going to get to the signpost. Let's dry. I'm going to do another coat of that. But now, Kimberly, like when I do my live sales on Sunday, or like if you go back and shop this week's live sale, you'll get the 20% off all of the cutouts. That's just something I personally do. That's not through Chalk. That's just like a way for me to say thank you for, you know, being a Perks member with me. So, ooh, I got that pretty heavy. Yeah, don't grab the shopping basket. Well, this doesn't want to come off. There we go. I'm going to do the eye. That looks good. Then we're going to do a little bit of white distressing. We're distressing as we go. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll wait till the end to distress everything. But with all the little pieces, it's actually, I find it easier to just go to distress as I go. Oh my word. All right, a little bit of white. I'm gonna try to be careful not to get it into that yellow. All right, let's hit that with the dryer. I may have to let the yellow dry for a minute. Hi, Mollyville, how are you? All right, I'm just gonna set this to the side. I'm gonna let that continue to dry. We're gonna move on to our flower, okay? We're gonna do, what color do you think we're gonna do the green in? What do y'all think? I bet y'all can guess if you've been here for a minute, or if you know what green I love. Absolutely. For sure, Kimberly. I can even, we can work something out where I can maybe even give you like a referral link or something. And that way, if you sell some, if you have your customers go and purchase some, maybe you can get a little kickback. I gotta look into that. Hi, Martha. All right, we're going in with our favorite green. It's aloe. This is my favorite green. I love this green. I don't know why I put it on there when I literally had that right next to it. Old habits die hard, ladies. Yes, Anne. I know. Ah! We can figure something out, Kimberly. Especially if you're going live. For sure. Yeah, let me look into it. And I know there's a way to, like, I think there's some stuff I can do with Shopify that we can figure something out. All right. Next, we're going to go back in with our marigold. Usually, these paints, I have them, ooh, that reminds me, I need to tell y'all. I have them on a rolling cart, which normally in the past I bring, Kimberly, I need to follow you and come check out your lives. I usually have a cart that I bring in here with me that has all my paint on it. But I ended up, I went to Michael's yesterday. Y'all, this is why I don't go into the store. Because I went in to purchase just a couple of Halloween ribbons. Well, I bought way more. And then I ended up buying a new cart. And I ended up spending like $180 when I was really only planning on spending like $20. So that's why I don't go into the store. Because I'm so bad about that. But I needed a bigger cart for my paint. And because my goal is, like, I craft in here, right? But when I'm creating stuff for live sales, I like to sit at my kitchen table so I can watch TV. And so I needed a cart that would fit everything, that I can just move back and forth instead of having to get up to come to get and here to get everything and then bring it back. And so I bought one of the long rectangular carts with more room yesterday. So Thomas has to put that together, and I'm sure he's going to love that I bought that. No, Linda, that's not the green I use for the Grinch. The green for the Grinch, I used Take Notes. These are all colors of the month, and I used Gravity. Those are the two greens that I use. I created in my mind exactly what I want. Yeah. So mine is just on a rolling cart, and then I store them upside down so then I can see the bottoms of them. And the ones that I use quite often, I know exactly what they look like and where they go, or where I put them. So It works for me. All right, we're almost done, y'all. We've got like a couple more pieces to paint and then we're done. Yeah, please do that. Please do that. Yes, I'm gonna have to go check out your lives, Kimberly. For sure. All right, this is the color Dark Chocolate. It's not very dark. It's dark chocolate, but it's not dark. Sorry, y'all. I drive over an hour to get to Hubby, so my list is long. Yeah. I get that, Diane. I get that. So before I moved here, I lived in a house that was literally 4 minutes from a Hobby Lobby. Like, I didn't even have to get on any major streets. I just had to drive through my neighborhood and I could get to Hobby Lobby. It was dangerous. Especially on days that I was bored. I'm like, let me go look. That wasn't a good idea. Ooh, yeah. You love donkeys. Girl, I love llamas. Clearly, the Creative Llama. The Creative Llama is a mess too. So, all right, I'm just going to use what's left on here to distress our flower. That looks good. I have 13. Oh my gosh. Dory. That's nice. So if you can't find something at one, it's not too far to go look at the other one, right? All right, let's glue this together. And the petals do match up. There we go. A little bit here. All right, we're gonna let that set up. 2 more pieces. So we have the nose, which I'm gonna do in red, and then we have the high. What color should we do the high in? That's where I'm getting stuck. What color should we do the high in? What do y'all think? I need to get a rolling cart to use in my craft room and move around to my bedroom. Thanks for that. Yeah, I actually have the same, like, it's a long rectangular cart. I have it in my bedroom to hold, like, next to my vanity, that holds, like, all of my, like, hair stuff, straightener, blow dryer, like, my face products and all of that. So yellow would pop. You think we should do the yellow, Anita? And that's gonna go there. I'm actually gonna add, ooh, red. Red would be pretty. Add a little bit of white to this too. Ooh, yellow or white? All right, we're gonna glue this down. Fall orange. Y'all, I died when Maria sent me that. It was hilarious. All right, so your scarecrow will come with a set of eyes. Mine fell through and I didn't want to look for them. So I'm just going to use a black paint pen, but yours will come with like little cutouts that you can glue. Hold on. My craft cart is changing table and I put wheel. Ooh. Let's do the same thing. Mine needs to roll in the cart. Yeah. Exactly, Kimberly. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking the red too. Yellow would be pretty. I'm going to do the red because then we have yellow, and it kind of, the red is broken up a little bit. So we're going to do red, and y'all, we are almost done. So hit that heart button for me. comment the word scarecrow. I will drop, hi Lori Chambers, I will drop the link to this cutout here in just a second. You can also comment the word scarecrow. It's in there for you as well. But thank you for sprinkling. Yes, y'all, anytime you watch any crafter, hitting the heart button, even if you don't have a purchase, you don't have to make a purchase to support them. I always tell y'all, hitting the heart button, commenting, interacting, the more that you comment and interact with their posts, the more likely you're going to see their stuff. So just keep that in mind. So if you ever see anything that we post, please just hit the heart button or comment on it. That way you're up to date on what is happening here and you don't lose us. Yep, I like the red. Yellow would be pretty, orange would be pretty. I thought about doing like the vanilla color. That would be pretty. Thank you, Dory. I really appreciate that, my friend. I try to make it fun. I try to show y'all, like, you know, mistakes and how to fix them. And that, you know, crafts don't always go according to plan. The fall orange. Yep, the fall orange would be gorgeous. If y'all probably, why do they keep talking about fall orange? It's really burnt orange, but we don't like burnt orange in this house. I went to Texas A&M. I really don't care, but it's just a fun little joke that we have because Thomas loves UT, which is our rival, and so I like to call it fall, or we like to call it fall orange instead of burnt orange. But I really don't care. It really doesn't matter to me. All right, throw that down here. And here he is. We're going to add some white little dots and swooshes. But I am going to look. I'm going to cheat, y'all. I'm going to look at my example. And I do have the signposts. Do y'all want me to stay on and do the signposts? Oh, I got a little bit of white there. My bad. Gosh darn it. All right, I'll have to fix that with a little bit of paint. Yes, okay. My gosh, that paint is splattering everywhere. You think I would have learned my lesson the first time? Clearly I didn't. This is where it gets real, y'all, is this kind of stuff. I do this kind of stuff over and over again. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, and it got right here too. Alex Dawson. You are a mess. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna grab a different one. So while we're doing this, if you want this scarecrow, it is 25% off. I will show you the signpost here in just a second. We'll put that together. But this guy is 25% off, 8 inches all the way up to 18. You pick your size. Okay. I'm just adding some of these little details. I forgot to do this. Okay. And I'll show you my inspo picture here in just a second. think we're good. Yeah, we're gonna leave it like that. This one is the 12-inch. Okay, so here is this guy. We're going to add our rusty wire. I knew this would come in handy again. That I, so terribly screwed up. Thank you. Let me use this. And then we'll put together our signpost. I went ahead and I stained my signpost. So all we have to do is just put it together. Okay. Rusty wire came from Amazon. I need to put it in my Amazon storefront for y'all. I really like it. Okay. So there's a little hanger. What do y'all think? So here's the inspo picture. Yay, Diane. Here's the inspo picture. Here's ours. I personally really like the darker blue hat and the pattern on it. What do y'all think? Do y'all like it? All right, let's put this sucker together really quickly. This guy is going to hang on here, and this is also 25% off. I can't tell you the last time I put this guy on sale. So if you want this, I highly suggest you grab it because it's great for hanging stuff. It's great for hanging different things. We're going to put this together really quickly, and then I'm going to be done, okay? So this is the large signpost. It stands about, I think, 18 inches tall. It is not made to hold a large, super large sign. I think that's where some people get confused, is they think it's going to hold like an 18-inch sign. It's not going to. It's going to hold probably, the largest you could probably go is maybe 14 inches. But probably 12 is going to be the more comfortable route. Thank you. All right, let's glue this together. So you're going to get your two bases. You're going to glue these together. Okay. I am going to turn on my hot glue gun for a second, just in case we need it. Glue those two together. Okay, get it as centered as you can. Move that out of the way. Then we have this. You're going to glue this up here and this up here. What I am going to do is I'm going to sand it really quickly, just to distress. 10 inches would probably be better. I think 12 is a little large, but I think 12 is a better, 10 is a better fit for these. It also depends on where you glue the holder at, right? And I'll show you what I mean here in just a second. So let me sand these down. That's what I meant to do before I went live. I wanted just to put this together really quickly. Of which thing, Lori? The signpost or the scarecrow? All right, let me wipe this down. There we go. Move that out of the way. We're gonna glue these. So these are gonna go at the top. Now, if you purchase a large signpost, the directions are on the website, okay? I've had a lot of people say like, well, directions would be nice. They're on the website. I just don't have the capability to keep the printouts in stock in the room for them. So that's why I added the directions on the site. If you go to the large signpost listing and you swipe the picture, the directions are there. They have been there for like 2 years. So most of the time when I have stuff like this, the directions will be on the site, I promise. All right, let's sand this. I use the 12-inch one. okay? And we're going to glue this at the bottom, but not directly at the bottom. Okay. So, here's the thing. If you glue this flush to the bottom, right, you're not giving yourself any space for it to sit in the slot. So what I recommend is putting it in the slot, laying this out, and then picking it up so you can kind of have a guide to how much room needs to go at the bottom. Okay, you're welcome, Lori. You could even put it in there and then glue it at the end if you wanted to. I'm just going to kind of eyeball it and give myself a little bit of extra room. Okay, now you're going to have your two circles, okay? This and this need to be glued together like that, okay? I didn't need to stain it. So I'm going to glue this together. The smaller circle is going to go on the back. This is going to create the space between the signpost and the larger circle for you to hang your items on. Okay? Let this set up for just a second. But here is the cute little scarecrow we did. This guy is 25% off. I need to fix where I got white on his scarf. Okay? So it'll sit like that. Now it is a little bit flimsy. This is where this comes into play. You're going to glue this down and you're going to glue it against the back, okay? You do have to glue it. So you want to glue this in the slot and then put glue on the edge back here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of glue in the slot down here. And then this is going to get a little messy. But this is the back, so if it drips out, it's not the end of the world. We're not going to stress about it. Okay. And then try to glue that in the center as much as possible. Now, if this is more than likely this is not going to go outside, you could use hot glue for this step, okay? You don't have to use the stick fast. Use whatever glue works for this, but if it is going to go outside, I recommend the stick fast or Eileen's glue, just not hot glue. Okay. So now that it's glued in there, it's solid. It's not going to go anywhere. Then this is also going to be glued at the top. This is going to also provide some support back here. You can glue it. I'm not going to glue it. It's nice and solid, so I'm just going to leave it as a support. But that's what the back looks like, okay? So you do need to glue this long piece to the back, and then you can glue the support. But y'all, I didn't glue mine, and it's not going anywhere. That just kind of helps the top piece not move around. And then you're going to glue, this is where you have a choice. You can glue it down here, which personally, if you glue it more towards the bottom, it limits you on the size that you can hang. But if you glue it up at the top, you probably gained 3 or 4 inches to hang stuff. So I'm just going to glue it at the top, right here, and I'm going to hold it. And then once this is set up, it will hold our scarecrow, okay? Now you could be real fun, you could decorate, you can paint your hanger, whatever, your signpost, whatever color you want. I just did brown just because it's a neutral. Okay, so there it is set up. I'm a little crooked, so it makes it look like it's lopsided. It's not, it's just my phone. And then we have our hanger. This might fall off because it hasn't set up, but there you go. So this is the 12-inch one. That's perfect, Anne. Use whatever you can. I will tell you, this piece right here is probably my best-selling item I've ever had in my shop. I've sold, I think, over like 700 of these. It's a lot. I love these. They're great to have in different parts of the house. So that's how you put the large signpost together. So this guy, the scarecrow, is 25% off, and the large signpost is 25% off. So this is normally $15 retail, and I think you can probably get it now for like $11 and something. So there you go. Yeah, I've had these in my shop for a very long time. I love them. I'm gonna go fix the little part down here, or we'll leave it. I don't know. But there's our project for today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you love this project, please hit the heart button. I'm going to drop the link to all the cutouts that you can grab. So this will take you to a web page that'll have the scarecrow and the signposts, but it'll also have some stuff that I did last night that are all... Lori, this is probably going to be, I would grab it now because it's 25% off. I'm just saying. It will be also in tonight's Thrifty Thursday sale. The scarecrow will be in the Thrifty Thursday sale. I would say the largest would be maybe a 14. I would probably say, to make it look proportional, 12 is probably the largest I would go. So I love it. It turned out absolutely perfect. Thank y'all so much for being here. Thank you for hitting the heart button. I will see y'all tonight for Thrifty Thursday over in the VIP group. This guy will be in there at 25% off as well. And you can add it to your order there, or you can go to the website and purchase if you don't plan on making Thrifty Thursday. I will tell you, with Thrifty Thursday, most of the time there are 0 cutouts left over. Usually y'all sell me out of all of my cutouts that are in there. So if you're not able to make it, or you're looking for discounted cutouts, I would suggest you are on live at 5:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right, y'all. I'm going to go work on cutting your orders. It's a full day of cutting. And I'm going to start painting stuff for a live sale. Ooh, ooh. And mystery boxes may be coming this weekend. Mystery boxes may be coming this weekend. Just saying. All right, y'all. Have a great day. I will see y'all tonight over in the VIP group. If I don't see you tonight, I will hopefully see y'all tomorrow, okay? Bye, y'all.